What's going on, everybody? Um, so I just wanted to give everyone a follow up from the audit today at the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. Um, so we did the initial audit, which was the Voters Registration Office as well as the Veterans Administration Office. We thought that that was the actual courthouse, but they built a new courthouse, which they call the Annex. So we went ahead and we did an audit there. What's going on, David Reed? How are you? So after that, we went to City Hall. We did all three floors of City Hall. We didn't have any issues. There was a lady there that didn't particularly care for the camera, but we talked to her and she became comfortable with it. So, all in all, those two places checked out really well. I was actually surprised. What's going on, Virgil? So after that, we went over to the law enforcement center. Where we actually couldn't even find a door that we could get inside of. So we just did some video outside. Um, right next door, adjacent to it, was the um, labeled as the Lawrence County Courthouse um, Annex, I believe is what it said. Coming to find out, it's actually the sheriff's office or sheriff's department office, whichever one you want to call it. So we went inside. Once you go inside the door, essentially there was a bulletin board, a metal detector, a metal cabinet for people that are disposing of medication, a window where a lady was sitting at the window, and a door to go to the back. Excuse me. So we went in. We just did a quick shoot of the bulletin board and this medicine cabinet, the metal detector, the cameras. Um, I turned the camera towards the window. The lady asked if she could help. I said, no, thank you. She picked up the phone right away. Um, I turned around to get the logo on the door. I turned back around. She had jumped out of her chair and ran to the back. And next thing you know, a deputy was coming out. He comes out. He says, "What are you doing?" I tell him I'm taking video and photographs. He says, "For what?" I kind of just tell him, I'm working on a story or whatnot. Um, at that point, he says, "Are you finished?" And I said, "No, not quite." And he says, "Well, you need to be here for business, or you're just being here disturbing the peace." I asked him to explain what he meant by disturbing the peace because no one was being disturbed. "Yes, David, you have to go watch this video." Um, so at that time, he actually steps out of the doorway. He grabs me by my left wrist. He bends my wrist and places it behind my back, like he's going to handcuff me. But he says he's performing a search. So I verbally tell him I don't consent to any searches. And he tells me he's going to search me anyways. So at that time, I vocalize again, "I don't consent to your search." He continues onto his search. He actually goes beyond a Terry search. He goes into my pockets. He pulls items outside of my pocket. I ask him to identify himself. He refuses to identify himself. I ask for a badge number. He refuses to give that as well. After he pats me down, he simply goes back in the back, and I don't see him again. I was there for, I believe, about 54 minutes in total. After he went to the back, I asked to speak to the sheriff as well as the supervisor. They claimed that they contacted a supervisor, and like I said, in the 40 something odd minutes that I was there, a supervisor never arrived. I could hear them in the back conjuring up an excuse for an arrest, such as disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct. So I contacted the attorney. The attorney told me that it was probably my best interest to just go ahead and leave so that I wasn't arrested. So that's what I did. I actually left. So going forward, me and my attorney are going to be working on some things on that end. Tomorrow, I'm going to go there and give them some citizen complaint forms that I was able to get. I'm also going to be doing some FOIA requests for the video footage inside. The lady that was at the desk, who is the one that actually got the officer, said that I wasn't committing a crime, but she's the reason why this escalated because she went and told the deputy I was videoing for whatever reason or whatever else she told him. Um, she actually at one point went and put on a body cam, so I'm gonna be for you requesting that body cam as well. What's going on, dude? So tomorrow's gonna be a pretty busy day. I'm gonna be working. Um, all day tomorrow, but as soon as I get off, I'm gonna head over there because this is important. I'm gonna make sure that they are educated on this matter, and they're going to learn that they can't just act however they want to act, and they can't just put their hands on people just because they want to. Um, like I said, his search was had no grounds for it. I consented to a Terry search. He went beyond a Terry search by going into my pockets. He actually, you know, nearly stuck his hand inside of my pants during his search. So he's definitely going to learn. The sheriff's department is going to learn. They stepped outside of their own policies. They stepped outside of state policy as well. If someone asks you to identify yourself, you're supposed to. If someone requests a supervisor, you're supposed to. There's no reason why there wasn't one member of the command staff that could have came and seen what my concern was when I was inside of a sheriff's office, and I saw a multitude of people that were standing behind the glass doors, talking on cell phones, laughing and joking, and no one wanted to help. So I just wanted to let everyone know what was going on. I'm okay. Um, the wrist is a little bit sore from him, accosting me. Um, my ego isn't hurt at all. I'm pretty sure his isn't, not yet. Um, so just be ready to watch what's going on tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure I'm going live the entire time I'm there. I believe today at some point they were actually trying to jam my frequencies. Um, we kept dropping signal and sync, so I'm gonna go in there with a independent source tomorrow, so that if that's the case, it doesn't happen. So just stay tuned, guys. Yes, tyrants, like you have no idea. Um, and if anyone wants to call in, I will put the phone number in the description underneath this video. So if anyone wants to call in tomorrow, feel free to do so. There were numerous people that were on the live feed earlier today, and I can't remember their names. I apologize. I've just got like so much paperwork I got in front of me right now. Um, my mind's stuck in between the papers. I can't remember the people that were live, but there were people that were calling in and supporting and trying to get me a supervisor to respond. I thank you guys. I thank you so much. South Carolina Patriot, what's going on, man? Finbar Martin, what's going on? Glad to see everybody on tonight. Um, so that's one thing I'm working on. Like I said, I do have some citizen complaint forms here. Um, I have a couple FOIA forms as well that I have going on. I'm possibly going to be filing an injunction tomorrow as well. Um, I will be meeting with the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office Board of Ethics and Conduct. I'm going to be meeting with Internal Affairs. So there's a lot of groundwork that I'm going to be doing here. Um, this story has made its way to mainstream news media as well. Some of the local news channels have heard of what happened as well. So, you know, like we say, you have to learn at some point, and I believe it's their time to learn. So, thank you guys for following. You can expect me to be posting tomorrow sometime, hopefully between 2 and 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, roughly around the same time I was today. So I will be live streaming to Facebook. If you guys would like to follow my Facebook, I'll put that in the link before, as well as here on YouTube. That is true, Finbar. And the thing about it is, not once did they ask for my ID or even my name. He just wanted to perform a search. I guess he thought if he used an intimidation factor, I would just leave, and that wasn't the case. Um, but according to the Department of Homeland Security memo that was sent out in 2010 and revised in 2018, as many of you know, it does say that they are able to perform uh, a Terry stop or a Terry search. And he went outside of that. That means that they can do a pat down. Doesn't mean that they can go inside of your pockets, and that's what he did. Not only did he go inside of my pockets, he went into my groin area. Um, he adjusted my pants in a manner that was uncomfortable to quote unquote perform a search. So, with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get some of this paperwork done and get some rest for work tomorrow, and then definitely gonna be over there tomorrow. So, everyone have a good night. If you have any questions or anything, I'll put my email in the link as well.